Hello, my friends, my family, my dear colleagues. Today I want to talk about medication and can medicated people heal? Now, this may sound like a very stupid question. Can medicated people heal? I mean, we take medication so we heal. At least this is what we assume, this is what we are being told, but actually, is this what is happening? Well, by now we know that we are living in a twisted world where what's black is white and what's white is black, what is good is bad, what bad is good, and everything is upside down. And now we also know that schools are not here to provide us with knowledge, but they're indoctrination centers to basically form us into beings that serve the system and blindfoldedly follow the leader. And this is why we always believe in our teachers. Teachers believe in the books, and books are being manipulated by those who manipulate with everything and everybody. So now the question, can we heal when we are medicated? Why are we sick? Because we are toxic. Now, every medicament is toxic. So, is there healing possible when you increase toxicity? Well, just think. Of course it's not. So how do we get to this, taking these toxins, these poisons? Well, just, you may have a bad day at work and you are a little late to a doctor's appointment for regular checkup. So your heart is beating a little faster, blood pressure is taken. Whoa, hypertensive, pill. A pill is diuretic, so you start losing the water. But your problem has nothing to do with, well, it's not a problem to begin with. It's a regular, normal response of your engine, your heart, that needs to run above idling speed when you are doing something and being agitated. You are doing something, your brain is very busy. And here poisoning starts, because taking diuretic, now you are lowering your plasma in the body, so your body becomes more toxic. So different signs show up. You are low on plasma, so you have clumps of cells going through, so you are given something to dilute the blood. At least this is what we are being told. Actually, we are being given anticoagulant. Again, something that body does not want, wants to reject, and it triggers diuretic effect again. So every aspirin triggers diuretic effect. Older people, they are almost all put on aspirins to prevent some coagulum to occur, not to make blockage of a heart and give or brain give a stroke. But actually, you are promoting a stroke because you are preventing blood from coagulation. So uncontrollable seepage of blood out of artery, if it gets damaged, and if it's in the brain, bingo, you're going to get stroke. You can get heart stroke, infarct as well, for the same purpose. So we are being lied to, doctors are being lied to, so doctors don't think, they're just trained to memorize and do as they are told. So doctors continue poisoning people. And now we get to finally understanding that healing is all about, number one, cleansing of the blood, that then can permit cleansing of the cells, because cells do not hydrate with the toxic blood. And then changing the genetic expression, because your environment changes, your genes start clicking differently, and healing occurs. But now people are still under the impression that medication is helping them because they can feel it. Well, you have difficulty of breathing, you are toxic, not enough oxygen, or you are dehydrated, so your body is trying to save every droplet, every vapor of water, and you are a little bit nervous and you start breathing through mouth and you are exhaling a lot of vapor, so the lungs immediately go to prevent the seepage of so much water, moisture, and they inflame alveoles in the lungs. You cannot breathe properly, you feel low on oxygen, problem of breathing, and you get antihistaminic. You get rid of the inflammation. So now I cannot live without this. And you continue breathing through mouth and dehydrating, worsening your state of your body. And cellular dehydration is causing buildup of acidity, inability to hold energy, to hold electricity, and leads to chronic tiredness, that we now have different names for all these different chronic diseases that involve tiredness. Almost all of them do, because body is toxic, it's acidic, cannot hold electricity. And then blood is very polluted because there's not enough plasma, so the cleansing organs that we have to cleanse it cannot work. And we said, well, they are diseased, but they're not diseased, they just cannot work without plasma. You don't say to your car, oh, my car is broken when it runs out of gas. You say, oh, it ran out of gas. But for us, for body, we say, oh, body is broken because it's running out of plasma. Nonsense. You recover very quickly. But longer you are staying with empty tank, well, the tank corrodes, the engine doesn't work properly, gets bubbles of a little bit of water in there, whatever, and starts corroding itself. The whole body, engine goes apart, body goes apart. It needs to have what it needs to cleanse, and this is plasma, water with minerals. But again, this is not what we get from our health experts. We don't get it. We don't get it from our professionals with licenses and diplomas called allopathic doctors. And we don't get it from alternative medicine doctors, supplement pushers. You know, they will push toxic Himalayan salt because they just don't have the brains to investigate and to think. They just, again, I don't know where they pull the knowledge. They are using the same crappy books to learn from, so of course the results are going to be the same crap. And now, as body is increasing toxicity, it starts showing problems. So, number one, we eat wrong food. So we have indigestion. Oh, there is a pill for it to calm the stomach. Well, you feel acidic because you are eating a lot of carbohydrates, and carbohydrate turns to acids. Oh, we got a sodium bicarbonate. Drink sodium bicarbonate, and then you eat meat, and you cannot digest it because you have sodium bicarbonate, which neutralizes acids, and you get another indigestion, and then you say, oh, this is because I'm eating meat, and meat is not healthy. And we are being told that, so you right away anticipate that this is the problem. Whenever you eat vegetables, you don't produce the stomach hydrochloric acid because you don't need it for vegetables, and then you add meat to it, the acid that you produce now gets diluted with a vegetable junk that you put in there, and you don't digest well. Of course you don't digest well, and you have a problems. And then we say, oh, it's a meat. No, it's not meat, it's a vegetable junk, garbage that we are stuffing ourselves that no other animal eats. No omnivore eats it. Okay, well, those who do, they have a special stomach. They are nothing like us. You want to look like gorilla, you want to have stomach like a horse, okay, eat, but then you really have to eat constantly and have constantly stomach full and hoping that you will actually trigger fermentation. Well, not for me. Anyway, so we start getting medicated for every symptom that we have separately. And there are many people who take 4, 5, 6, 8 and more medicaments, toxic drugs daily. And this is sometimes what my clients are dealing with. They want to do self-healers protocol and they're afraid to drop medication. Well, I need a beta blocker because my heart, otherwise it just doesn't have regular beats. Or I need a blood thinner because, you know, my blood is very thick, it needs to be, or I need a painkiller because my back is hurting, or I need some antihistaminic because I have allergies, I'm milk intolerant, I'm gluten intolerant, I'm life intolerant. It's all because you are toxic and your body does not work properly. So you have to detoxify. Well, the question is now, how can I detoxify if I'm medicated? Well, you are medicated because you are being fooled. None of this is actually helping you. All of this is making it worse. Yet, but we feel a little problem when we are not medicated. Well, you feel problem with breathing because you are breathing through mouth. You have to breathe through nose. And it will be a little problem until now you correct everything in your body. It corrects quite rapidly, although the cleansing and healing process is slow and in some people very slow, especially in long-term vegans and vegetarians, because on cellular level they are a mess. And once when the hydration starts and detox on a cellular level, all these symptoms. Why do vegetarians and vegans have attack of mucus after they drink milk? If they are even tolerant enough to take a milk, because most of them can't. Well, the mucus is plasma also. The milk is plasma also. So it stimulates cleansing. And a higher level of toxicity involves cleansing through mucosal tissue, where the blood cleanses, creating acids that fill mucus, and then it goes into our lung as a phlegm, runs out the nose as a mucus, and can accumulate in the stomach and gives us nausea. If it accumulates in intestines, swells colon, gives us diarrhea. So now, what are the first symptoms when you start increasing plasma level in your body? What is going to be the first symptom if you have been medicated? It is going to be the cleanse through mucosal tissues because your blood toxicity is high. And this, since this involves stomach also, the toxic mucus will provoke nausea and you will vomit. And very often it's a green slime. And often it will smell on medication. You are going to be throwing from your blood all this crappy medication. And then people say, well, can I let go of the medication because I need it? Well, your body is going to be throwing it out and you are going to be putting it in. What is the sense? The only medication that is okay to use during the beginning of the process is suppressant of pain, because you will be in pain for a little bit. So if you cannot sleep from the pain, well, take whatever you are taking at a time to suppress your pain, but don't take it when you're not in pain. And I promise the pain is going to go down rapidly. Most people, within a week, pain cuts in half. Sometimes it disappears completely. It just depends on the state of health that you are now, toxicity of the body and the cellular damage. Actually, the way the genetic system has been now reprogrammed to manipulate your body, because that depends how your cells are working. So this is all together new knowledge, but we just have to think rationally. If your body is toxic, your blood is toxic, okay, sorry, cannot answer. If your blood is toxic, then bringing more toxicity obviously is not going to solve the problem. And every medicinal remedy is toxic. So you want to heal, you have to cut the crap out. So this is why whenever I give out protocols, I always mention that if you have a chronic problems or if you are medicated, I highly recommend that you get in touch with me or somebody who knows about and have been through the protocol and understands it to lead you through it, because guidance is important. Number one, to eliminate the fear, because we always think that this medication we are using is actually helping us when it's doing the opposite. And your body will be taking it out as soon as it can. And this happens when you raise plasma levels in the blood and your cleansing starts. And I have noticed that whenever people are heavily medicated, they vomit. Plus diarrhea, plus shivers and fever and all the other symptoms of flu. Okay? People who are not heavily medicated and who don't eat much of the colored garbage food, like children, because I had experience with 12-year-old kids that are not medicated, but they are from wealthier families, even here in jungle, and they eat this colored carbohydrate crap. And when they start drinking plasma, all of a sudden they start vomiting, because this stuff is extremely toxic. Of your colored cereal, extremely toxic garbage. So, medication was not designed to heal you. Medication is designed to basically numb the symptoms so they are not as noticeable, and you think that you are being helped and healed when actually contrary is going on. You are being now poisoned, but in a way that you don't feel it so much. And we interpret it that actually healing is going on when it's opposite. It's a wicked world we are living in. And especially colleagues who are now in position that you can help people. You have to re-educate yourself. You have to start thinking. The corona scare, this should wake you up, because it's so ridiculously stupid Everything that is being done around it is so ridiculously stupid that if you cannot see through it, well, then there is no help. Then you are really so brainwashed that you should not be in charge of anybody's health. When you do cleansing protocol, self-healer's protocol, as blood starts cleansing out, the more toxic the blood is, the stronger symptoms you're going to have. And since strong acids from the blood are going to be released through mucus and put into your mucosal organs like lungs and stomach and intestines, even mouth, why it gets saliva and starts feeling like it's filling up, because also it's a mucosal tissue and throwing out the toxins by engulfing them in the mucus and throwing them out. So this is all. If you drink a milk and you have feeling that of buildup of mucus in mouth and you are toxic on a blood level and you should cleanse. If no other symptom, this should make you aware of it. If your urine is dark and smelly, you should immediately hydrate because you are low on plasma. You cannot cleanse. An inability of cleansing then projects itself as problems with kidneys, and then we do our stupid procedures of trying to restart the kidney, which actually we are killing them by depriving them of plasma. No salt, no cleansing. And all organs go to hell. During the first part of cleansing, when you are cleansing the blood, you can still take some medication if you are really afraid of dropping them. And even after you speak to me and you cannot sleep because you are afraid that you need this medication, okay, cut it in half. But all the symptoms that you are going to have nothing to do with you not taking the medication. You can take it or not take it, you'll have the same symptoms. And this is going to be detox symptoms, flu symptoms. And again, if you are afraid, and if you don't want to talk to me, if you want to do it on your own, then cut your medication in half. There are some that you can immediately just kick out because they are designed just to destroy your life. And those are statins, medication that lowers cholesterol in your blood, in your body. They create big problem, Alzheimer, cardiac problem with muscles, problem with blood vessels. Because remember, everything is made out of cholesterol. Our membranes, everything is protein and fat, which is cholesterol. So you need them. Statin, never ever take. No matter what doctor says, if he insists, he's idiot. If he tells you it's a good and bad cholesterol, he is idiot, because that doesn't exist. Now, other medication that you should immediately drop are the blood thinners. They prevent coagulation. You are going to thin blood by taking plasma. As soon as you start drinking plasma, you are diluting the blood. The aspirin and other crappy medication poisons that they give you are just anticoagulants. And you don't want to lower the coagulation rate of your body. You don't want this. You don't want to have internal bleedings. Another medication that you can cut immediately is anything that has steroid in it. And new modern medications are based on steroids, anti-inflammatories, especially the skin lotions for bad skin. If you have an explosion on the skin, some inflammation, well, of course, it shows that the redness of the skin, pimples may go, boils can happen. This is because your blood is being cleansed through your skin, because you are very low on plasma and blood is highly toxic, third level of toxicity. And now, yes, you put steroid, you decrease the inflammation, skin calms down, but the poison is being trapped in your body. And it will create pain, it will create mental problems. This stuff has to go out. Normally should go out through urine, second degree through mucosal tissue. But if you are already so low on plasma that these two waste too much water and skin becomes designated, then you have to be aware of this. You don't need these creams, they don't help you. They just make it worse. Drink plasma, and yes, you will be uncomfortable. You will go through cleansing problem, and you will have diarrhea, you will probably vomit. So you are expulsing the toxins, you should celebrate. True healers used to do this. They would give you things to make you vomit. Here in jungle, they use poison of frog. They cuts in the skin and put a little bit of the poison, and people go to 24 hours of profuse detox through mucosal tissue. The mucus is just flowing out of them. Now they think this is extremely healthy. Well, this helps them to cleanse something, but this poison, you don't need to poison yourself to cleanse. Just raise your plasma levels. Your body will do it by itself, and much healthier, because any poison that you take, any medicinal remedy to help you with something is going to stop the cellular hydration of the whole body. And you keep the poisons in, so you don't have any symptoms, because symptoms are caused by toxic blood and its detox. If poisons are trapped in your cells, you have no clue that they are there. You just feel weak, you feel sleepy a little bit, not alert. That's it. And you can be highly toxic with very dry cells. And once when they start detoxing, wow, the detox that you can experience, well, I wish some of those long-term vegans that have been through this would give some comments, but people don't like to comment on their problems. It's really, really strong detox of vegans. Okay, well, I hope that you have now enough information about medication. Okay, all medication is crap. It's working against you without you knowing it. It's toxic, it increases toxicity of the blood, and the blood toxicity is what creates all the symptoms of diseases. So it has to be cleansed. And once when you start cleansing, why continue medicating since your body is eliminating those medications as soon as plasma level rises, because it doesn't want them. You are just making it worse on yourself, because what you put in you will again have to take out, so your vomiting and diarrhea will last longer. Just have faith. Cut the crap. Medication doesn't help anybody with anything. Okay? If you have any particular questions, you can always ask me. I'll be glad to discuss it. Thank you for listening. Love you all.